Hello, I'm going to go over how to create a 2D thickness map in Tnavigator. So what we're going to start by considering is looking at our needed materials, and then we'll go through this to-do list to get those maps. So essentially here, I have collected all my information and then split it up into two Excels. There we go. In this first one, you can see at my well locations, the depth, the different layers, and their interpreted names and whatnot, all here. And then we have some thicknesses. This information is not needed. Anyway, you would move this into Excel into two parts. Once again, we have those layers or markers that we've interpreted by well all in one list. This will make it so it's very easy to import into Tnavigator. The same thing goes here. The same locations we want. Now we have these markers for a map, so we can put our maps over other maps to see where they line up. We've chosen the county corners for a county, and then we have 3 points on the state border. Okay, so what we need to do for step 0, save as, come down here to text tab delineated. Save it. You can close it, and you can see it got added here. Go to our other one, file, save as, over here. And there we go, save. You can close that. Now we're going to open up Tnavigator. We're going to press the plus sign here on Geology Designer. I've decided to select these. I'm not sure if they're all entirely useful, but it's easier to have them than add them later, in my opinion. Press OK. I put it in the same place I was putting the rest of my Excel information, as well as the instructions I made. So I'm going to go map, maker, demo, save. Okay, after Tnavigator has opened up, you want to go to settings, coordinate system settings, select over here, library CRS, press the 3 dots, and then put in some sort of code or look for some sort of CRS you will be using. In our case, it will be PA South or 4455. Press OK, press apply. And OK. Settings, now we are going to need to go to Units Manager and select what we want. Field, apply, apply, and we're all good to go. Now we're going to go to Wells, create well. I'm sorry, we don't want to do that. We want to press on the hammer because we want to make many at the same time, and it's easier to do it like this. Press the green plus sign. Now we will use that text we made, and we're going to be using this one first, the Kelly bushing to the measured depth. Now we aren't going to do the well bottom MD. I suggest to not do that yet. I'll just do the Kelly bush. Make sure you skip one line, and then you have your well names, your X, your Y, and you're good to go. Press apply. We're going to move this over, and you can see those wells. We'll go into 3D, and you should see that these markers, these temporary markers we have, should be on the bottom. So that went in correctly. Now we're going to import the trajectories. And we're going to use that same file. Press open. And we need to select the right one here. All wells in a single text table. Sorry, then you add them. All right, so we're going to end up skipping everything but our measured depth here. I found that this is the best way to do it. Make sure you're skipping one line. Press apply. Okay, after you press apply, it may look crazy. So what you want to do is press adjust size, and this will make it look normal and help you bring it to a format that's more easily consumable. And you'll see the trajectories now. The next thing we want to do now is come up to well filters. And why we'll do that is for the polygon. We're going to come over here, create well by filter, by well selection. select all of them, move them over, and we're going to just name it all locations. Why not? Press apply. We'll close out of that. After we've added the markers, what we'll need to do is create the point sets. So we'll come down over here, add these, and as you can see, I messed up. So I'll press clear. But what you want to do is go into create point set by marker and name it. You want to name it. So we're going to do this Selena top. Select all of these three. Select all markers. Select your Selena top. Press apply. And as you can see, the dots went on the markers where we wanted them. Now you want to do this for every one. For all the maps you intend on making. You'll need at least 2 for the top and bottom. Before we move on, I'm going to go and create the rest of these for the rest of our layers. All right, I finished creating the rest of these sets. What we're going to do next is create a temporary horizon. We're going to go to create. We are going to do it by universal interpolation. I will simply name this temp for temporary. And we're going to go in, select any old set. And as you can see here, we need some sort of map grid or boundary. If you press auto detect, nothing happens. That's why we add the filters. We'll come over here to this tree down here, select all locations. Now we press auto detect, and it will create that space. Press apply. As you can see, we have a map. If you press Z, you can view it from overhead. Now the next thing we need to do, so we don't have our map going right to the edge of our wells, is go to polygon, create polygon by perimeter. And now we're going to select horizon, temporary, press apply. As you can see, now this dark line is going around the edge. But the next thing we need to do is to create a perimeter that's more befitting for a map. So we'll go to buffer zones, polygon, add, and we'll go to that polygon one. Now you must add a name here. I'll call it buffer zone. Next thing we need to do is go to parameters. And because there isn't a percentage, you must add some sort of offset size here yourself. I'm going to do 5 miles or 26,000 feet and 400 feet. Sorry. Unselect round edges because we're creating a map and press apply. Now you can see that we have this larger perimeter. We can delete the original polygon. Now, we can also delete that temporary horizon. We'll now make a new horizon going in. And rather than having all wells selected, I'm going to go back into the tree and click buffer zone, the polygon we just created. Press auto detect. And now we'll watch as we apply this map, it will fill out to the borders of this new size. I forgot, but this is very important. Make sure you name each layer at a time. This is the Selena top. You can press apply and it will create the new one. We'll delete horizon 1 after. Now, what you need to do, and it can be very annoying, is select one at a time, make sure to rename it, and press apply again. Temporarily, I'm going to show you that we do actually have multiple horizons here. This is what we need to create many maps. I'm going to finish the rest of them. All right, I finished the rest of our layers here. Now we're ready to create the 2D maps. We'll come over here and select that. Press the hammer. We'll go full screen again. Create. We'll do thickness by horizon maps. Here, rather than doing Selena top or bottom, we'll simply just put the name, Selena, as. And we'll select Selena top, Selena bottom, come down here. Actually, you don't need to select the buffer zone, but I'll do it anyway. Click auto detect, press apply, and it should be good to go. If we look in the 2D map, we can now view it. Once again, you'll want to adjust size, and it should be fine. You may see these white dots, or it may not load correctly, but if you zoom in, it should go away. Furthermore, you can add different things like contour maps, lines, I apologize, by doing a handful of things. I guess you can turn on spline refinement. I'm not really sure what that is. Use step 10. That's good, I suppose. I'm going to do by line count, at least in this case. I think 10 looks better. You can turn off line labels if you so wish. Last thing I'm going to do is come out here, press on this, show palette. Now, if you want to keep it consistent, just in case, you can pin it to the left side, and then you're able to take a screenshot here or print, and you can get it consistently. Doing something like this. And once again, I believe it prints normally when you do this. Otherwise, you can just zoom in. And I could have gotten rid of these errors here at this part of the window. And then you're all good to go. But this shows us our 2D thickness map of the Selena. And all you have to do is that for the rest of them. Thanks for watching.